GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com. And welcome, everybody. Today we're having... down over here. Today we're having a special edition of Ask Pug Questions. Since Clover isn't around, I don't know if Tony's going to be able to jump in. I decided to change up the scenario and make it a Ask Pug Questions show. So if you have any questions about pugs, you can answer those live. For example, are they lazy? Yes. Are they stinky? Yes. Do they lay around all the time? For the most part, yes. Unless they're being bad, then they will do bad things. He'll run around to do a bad thing, but then he'll be tired afterwards and he'll be lazy about it. Here's some things that they like. They like being petted on the head, like this. You can tell by this. This is an indicator that they're happy. They like to be rubbed around right here. What do we call this area? Fat neck. You can tell by the noise. Happy. He's got little tiny feet. He likes to have his feet wiggled. Wiggle his foot around. He likes that. If he doesn't like, is he touching his feet? Probably because he keeps all his stink on here. And it's filth. He doesn't like people messing with it. See? He doesn't like that part. This part, he's okay with. You can fiddle with this part of his leg. Let's see. What else do they like? That's about it. That's about all they like. They like to be petted, fed. He drinks water every day. He gets all upset if he doesn't drink water. And they have to go potty. So you put stuff in this end. After a while, it magically comes out the other ends. So he's able to take any amount of food and water, turn it into gross. You can do that daily. What else can you do with a dog like this? They're good for doing this. Like, let's say you got a bunch of stuff on your hands and you want to wipe it off. You could get paper towels or get one of these things. And just wipe them off on this dog. Let's see. He's got his mouth. Look in there if you want. It's tiny. It's up in all in these wrinkles. There it is. He's got a little tiny nose hidden over here, top of his mouth. He's got two little eyes that are big. And he's got these ears. That's what he uses for listening and eavesdropping on everything. We're not getting any questions, so I think I've gone over everything. Pretty good overview of the pug at this point. Probably a good technical manual. Could take the translation or the what do they call it? The closed captioning from this. Turn it into a pug manual. History of the pug? I don't know. They come from somewhere, maybe China. I don't know if this one comes from China. It's possible that this dog was tied to a balloon in China when he was a baby and then floated across the ocean. And then he probably got sick of that cord and he chewed on the cord. And that made him fall to the ground. He was scared. He didn't know where to go. Run down the street. And then that's when I found him. That could have been what happened. We don't know. Let's see. There's no electronics in them. It's completely analog. What the hell is that? Oh. He's completely analog, so no batteries. You do have to recharge them by letting them sleep all the time, though. That's that going. I keep mine in this little basket here on the table so he doesn't get into nothing. He stays in there. And when he's tired, he makes that little noise. He does that. Oh, now he's waking up. And now he'll stretch. Maybe. Nope. It's going to be gross. Gross. He's over here looking at the questions. You didn't see any. So if there's any pug questions, we can answer them. Dog questions, I guess, but mostly pug questions. Otherwise, that's what we're trying to do today. This dog's favorite caliber would be the 22 short, because he's short and little, and it's short and little. Let's see. I would say about 30% of the time he's good. And then that's mostly when he's asleep. And then 60% of the time he's sleeping, he's doing bad things, thinking about it, dreaming about bad things. And then probably 70% of the time he's awake, doing something bad, or figuring out something bad to do, or hiding from whatever he did bad. Bacon flavored treats? No, he doesn't like them. I got him the sweet potato ones. Let's go see. Let's go find a new treat because he actually just ran out of treats. So we'll go get him some more. If he wants to eat them, he may not want to eat them. It's very healthy, so he doesn't like always eating treats. Let's see if he decides to get up when I come over here to the treat box. Those are peanut butter ones. You like those. What did you do? Jump down off of there? Hear that? Do you hear what I'm talking about? This is what I have to deal with. Come on. Come on. All right, so now he's being bad. All right, you're going to sit down? You want to sit down? Do you want to sit down? Do you think you could sit down? You want to sit down? Come here. All right. So we're going to be going with a Nutro Crunchy Blueberry, or mixed berry. Blueberry, some kind of pomegranate, and red apple. No GMOs in it. Let's see if he'll eat them. Let's see if he wants to eat some mixed berry treats. Here's one of them. You might have fallen on the ground. I don't know. Let's find out by a scientific test. I'll be holding it here in my hand and then determining, ow, if he will take it. Oh, yep, he took it. All right, we've determined that he will eat a mixed berry treat. It's mostly vegan. No, say, but the problem is, no thumbs. He does not get into that bag. That's got to be frustrating. It's got to be frustrating for a little puppy. All right. Big troublemaker. Him or Yellow. Mellow doesn't do nothing bad. So him. This one right here. Always doing bad things. He's a bad dog. Pretty bad all the time. And like I say, he'll do bad things. He don't care. Let's see. Does he enjoy long walks in the park? No. But I've heard about a thing. Oh man, where did I see it? I'm going to find out if I can find it now. Let's see. Private. Short-term dog park. You ever heard of this? I saw it on the Instagram the other day and I didn't write it down. Sniff Spot, that's what it is. Have you ever heard of Sniff Spot? Let's bring it over here behind him. Here's what it looks like. So essentially, you find places in town that are near you that you can put the dog in, that it's not a normal dog park. It's somebody's cool backyard or something. So let's find something like that we can find in Tucson. So let's go to this map, and is there a way to scroll in or something. Come on, seriously. So how do you scroll in? All right, I'm going to put this over where I can see it. Figure out what's going on with this stupid map. Is this how you open it all the way? Standard? No. Okay, fine. Oh, it's Mac. That's why it's shitty. It's a Macintosh map. My bad. I thought it was going to be a good map, but turns out it's a Macintosh map, so it's shitty. All right, so there's Nogales, which is an hour south of here. Here's Tucson, and it'll start to populate. And now I'll zoom in. 1 acre. So let's take a look at this one. 1 acre, fully fenced private dog park in Tucson. Show all photos. Can everybody see the photos back there? So this is $10 an hour. Let me see if I can just scroll through them this way. What are you doing? I guess I can't scroll through them that way. Come on, really? How do I scroll through them? So this is over on the east side of Tucson by Saguaro National Park east. Oh, they got a big tortoise you could go look at. That'd be interesting. There's a stump. Let me move this down a little bit. Quit looking at places where you're going to go. Don't look at places where you're going to go. Quit looking at this. Oh, there's some dog. Some kind of flowers he could pee on. He'd probably pee on those. He's a peer, that's for sure. Oh, he'd pee on that and that and that. If that dog stood there long enough, he'd pee on it. Oh, look at this backyard. My. All kinds of stuff. A hammock. That dog's happy. There's some grass back there. Pretty nice. I could go to my friend's house and get this kind of business, though, so we'll not go to that one. Let's find another one. 0.2 acres, 6 acres. Oh, look how small these things are. That's the biggest one. Well, I'm not driving all over the place, so what's this 0.6 one? There we go, 0.6. Is that this one? Show all pictures, $4 an hour. Oh, look at that. That's pretty nice. He's going to have a pool. Can he go in the pool? He could pee on these rocks and stuff. He would like that. Oh, look at this. They got one of them covered porches. Oh, look, he's being a drama queen. He's like, oh, I'm going to die of starvation. He's going to die of starvation on the video. All right, I'll move it so that you can watch him die of starvation and see these pictures of where potentially going to pay to let him run around. Dude, quit getting up right in the way of everything. Do one or the other, buddy. One or the other, my friend. So that's pretty nice. He'd have like a covered porch to go under. That's pretty much all he would do. Request more photos. So he's got all this area. He'd pee on these rocks and things. He would go over here and pee on that fence, and he'd pee on those barbecues. Anything that's not just flat, he would pee on, and then he'll also just pee on flat areas. All right, so that was the one. I'm going to move it over here so I can see better. Wilson's private. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. I'm looking for Wilson's private dog park. Okay, so I guess. Oh, you don't get to see pictures of that one. $10 per dog per hour. I don't know. You think it's worth going to a private dog park or a private dog house? I'm going to try zooming in on snooty parts of town. Huma's private dog park. Oh, no pictures though. But it's up in the snooty part of town. Go out by house or horse property and see what happens. Nothing. This is the worst map ever. Talk about a horrible laid out website. You got to do better than that. So it's called Sniff Spot, and it's essentially rent a backyard for a number of hours for your critter. Kind of interesting. I don't think it's a daycare. I think you stay there with them. It's just that if you're scared to go to a dog park for whatever reason, like this guy, maybe he's a terror, then I guess you would take him to this place. Seemed like a pretty interesting idea. And if I can find somebody with like a pool or something where he can run around in, I might do it. So does he enjoy long walks in the park? No, but I would like to get him. I like it when he can be off of his leash and run around. I only have a couple of places where he can go do that, and he usually wears out his welcome by peeing everywhere. He insists on peeing everywhere. That's what he does. He's here. Does he eat any vegetables? Yes. You will eat any vegetable that you wrap in bacon or you saute and grill in bacon. No, he'll eat most vegetables, I think. He's eaten spinach once. Didn't like it. He ate cucumber a bunch of times. He eats mushrooms all the time. Whenever I'm eating mushrooms, he'll eat mushrooms. Let's see. Every walk is a long walk. This dog can only walk 1 mile. So he's weakling. He's also little. And he's a baby. So he can walk about a mile and then he's worthless. So I might get him a little stroller, a little baby stroller. I get one for cheap. Let's see. Today, or down here, we have a beach. That's a dog beach. I would take him to the beach. All my other dogs have been in the oceans. My other dogs have been in both oceans and the Gulf of Mexico. This lazy dog hasn't been in any oceans at all. He's never even been in a lake. He's barely been in a bathtub. Actually, he's never been in a bathtub with water in it. And, I spilled these treats all over the ground. Oh, no. I spilled these treats all over. What am I going to do with this extra treat to fill out of that bag? These things smell like blueberries, by the way. So this lazy dog has never even gone in the water, as far as I can tell. I don't even know if he can swim. So eventually we'll go to California and I'll throw him in the water, in the ocean. You know what they say? If you love something, throw it in the ocean. If it can swim back, then it knows how to swim. Dog park? Uh-oh. Well, hopefully you got good ones by you. I'm thinking some backyards might be pretty neat. And what I'm hoping is there's somebody with like an agility course or some kind of a dog competition course, and I can get them in something like that, because somebody who has something like that going on in their backyard and they can make a few bucks, that'd be kind of neat. Or maybe I'll just make something like that in my backyard. What? And get $10 an hour for people to bring their dogs over? What? He likes it when you do this. Sometimes, kind of. What's the best dog treats? Punch in the mouth. Punch in the face. I usually give him this. He likes them. But I don't give him treats very often, usually just on the video to make it look like I give him treats. Then the rest of the time, these get locked up in the safe so he doesn't know about them. This way he's excited for the videos because he thinks he's going to get fed. Foss has got 4 around him for $20 an hour. Holy moly. Although if I could, actually that might be something interesting to do in Vegas too. It's like go to the fancy parts of town and let him run around a fancy backyard. I just figured out he likes this too. I don't know what to call it. Is this his gizzards? Is this gizzards grabbing? I think this is called gizzard grabbing. Is that his gizzard? I think that's his gizzard. What kind of toys does he play with? Here's his favorite toy right now. Stay there. Don't move. This is his favorite toy right now. It's all full of gross. This is another thing that he kind of likes. It's a ball on the end of a chuck it stick, but I don't just tuck it. I just do this to him, and then he likes it. He doesn't like it up here. He likes it when he's on the floor. How did this get so much gross in it? Why is it all covered in hair? Like, what did you do to this? I don't know why you did this and why it's all covered in hair now, but this is his favorite thing to chew on. It's super gross. It's like hard plastic, and it's like kind of a toothbrush on this side. He got this handed down from some other dog that didn't like it, and then he can't get enough of it. Well, usually. But it's supposed to be like a toothbrush for him, and it looks stupid. It's like a weird swan or a broken duck. But I really like these things. These are the Chuck It sticks. Because you don't have to bend over. You can just, you can run around. When you get sick of it, you can just pick it up with this Chuck It stick. See, he doesn't like the ball too much. But I don't have a backyard where you can run around in, so that's part of the problem. I got him this. He'll have to grow into it, I guess. But if he ever gets it bad, I got him this cage to wear. It's a little bit big for him. Maybe I can put his whole head in there. That'll work. I can just put his whole head in there. I got this for very inexpensive. I'll be putting this on eBay if anybody needs one. This is a bronze dog, brand new. Brand new, except that I stuck this dog's head in it. I can't get this dog to eat a squeaky toy. I'll go grab one. So Mellow's over here wondering why I'm picking up all these toys and holding them up for him. So she's jealous. And now I picked up this thing, which she doesn't like, and he doesn't like it. But because I kind of walked near her, he kind of wanted it for a minute. Mellow, you want this? Mellow. Here, Mellow. You want this, Mellow? Mellow, you can have it. Here, Mellow. Here. Here you go, Mellow. Here you go. You want this? Catch. Here you go, Mellow. No, almost. Yeah, he doesn't like squeaky toys, which I'm glad because they're noisy. If I was doing a live chat and there was a squeaky toy happening, oh my goodness. He knows what this is all about. He knows what's coming when he sees a fist waving. All right, well, so let's see. I don't know if we got any other questions, but I figured we'd try doing something here, salvage the 12 o'clock hour. I might do some other things later on in the day, live, but maybe not. It's hard to say. Got some things I need to work on here, so to speak. So as far as the other ones he likes the bones. So maybe today he'll get a bone. You want a bone today? Of course he wants a bone. Was he good enough for a bone? No, because he was bad this week for sure. I was at the doctor getting my teeth ripped out, and this dog was at home basically peeing all over, pooping all over, chewing things up, probably farting on things, probably being mean to Mellow. So he may get a bone. I might give a bone to Mellow, make him watch Mellow eat the bone. That's his least favorite thing to do. But he will patiently sit there and watch Mellow chew on a bone for a long time, and then eat the bone. She leaves it alone. So he's definitely got that down. He knows that Mellow's first. I usually give him two. Give him each one. Got him this stick from Minecraft. He doesn't seem to care. It lights up. No, I don't even think he cares about Minecraft. I think that's about all we got. So it's about a half an hour waste of a Saturday afternoon for people. It's a shame. You blame him if you want, because he should have been here answering questions. But instead, he's just sitting here, getting rubbed, getting wiggled, making a little grunt here and there. So we're not getting too much interaction. It looks like Tony's jumping in. Clover said he couldn't jump in today. So we'll maybe be back next week for another Asking Gun Questions, real show. This is just to fill in. I'll probably kill it. But let's see. We got Brooke coming up in a little bit. Do we have a link for Brooke yet? I could put that out there. I think she set up her show already. I've been watching the Satellite City show. I don't know if anybody's seen that one yet. It's interesting, that's for sure. Interesting. All right, I'm not finding it that way. Going over here to her show, her channel directly, and then live, and then boom, live in 5 hours. I think we found it. So we're going to copy that. We're going to open this up in a new window, and come on, man. I'm using the free Streamlab right now. So it's like it's like going to from a 10 speed to some little tricycle with training wheels. I got to remember how to drive slow and not have anything waiting for me. This is called Ask Gun Questions, kind of. And then we'll customize it and send everybody over to Brooks, which I understand is now nope. Still can't connect over. So, oh well, still can't. All right, well, so I attempted to link over to Brooks' show, but it's not letting me. So I will just say, put a link in here. She's going to have Jessica Brace on. I don't know who that is. Something about PTS and dealing with it, how to cope. Speaking of that, boom. Really good show on Team House last night. Let me take this on my mouth. Really good show on Team House last night where they chatted a bit about dealing with PTS. And let's go check out the other stuff on my subscription list here to see if, yeah, there's a new combat story today that just came out 3 hours ago. This time it's a SEAL and Delta Force, and then CEO of the Honor Foundation. So that looks like a 2-hour interview. We'll be checking that out. Otherwise, Matt's got a chat today probably about nerd stuff, and G23 I think said he'd be doing it. Oh, we got a real question. So Iron Road is saying, if Bacon Bit could be a tree, what tree would he be? Well, I'd like to say bonsai tree, but is there some Chinese version of a bonsai tree? Because he's a Chinese dog. But he probably thinks of himself as some sort of maybe a Joshua tree or a bonsai tree. He comes from Arizona, probably. So he could consider himself some kind of a Joshua tree fan. Otherwise, there's a creosote tree, which is a pretty cool looking tree. Not really. It's an interesting tree. It's where you get the creosote is what they put on railroad ties. So it has that smell of railroad ties. And it's pretty gnarly, pretty tough, and it's often little. It's scroungy, like this dog. And this dog doesn't look like it, but he is the color of the desert. Like this dog is literally, if you looked at the desert and this dog was running around in it, you wouldn't see him except for these little ears, his mouth, I guess. The rest of him looks exactly like the desert. So I could see him being a creosote. But he's a little jerk, so you could almost call him a little prickly cactus. One of them little ones. You step on, you don't even know it's there. Gets on your toe. That kind of. So I'm going with the creosote bush. Except tied up like a little bonsai tree. By the way, you can make those look like bonsai trees pretty good. Good question, though. And then he also would pee on that tree because he is a peer. It's his favorite hobby, pretty much most of the time. All right, well, with that, we've got Sniff Spot. We learned about Sniff Spot today, this website that nobody is getting paid for that has a bad map. First off, it's Apple Maps. Secondly, it's in a quarter of the screen. So there's no way to use it effectively, even on a phone. I can't imagine why you'd do this, but maybe it is for a phone. Anyway, Sniff Spot is a place where you can find backyards for rent by the hour to take your dog, run around. I'd be a little bit concerned about Bordetella and Spicinophagicus or whatever. So this dog had the kennel cough earlier because he's bad. And he probably sniffing places he wasn't supposed to at the kennel. So he got the kennel cough. And, I'm all worried about him getting the diseases now. So dog park is bad enough. But somebody's backyard, I don't know. I don't know if that's better or worse. I guess it's probably better. But the other thing we learned, this dog, 3/4, bad. 1/4 of the time, he's sleeping or deciding what next bad thing to do. And sometimes when he's only deciding what to do, he's not actually being bad. And then that counts as being good, I guess. So sometimes inadvertently he's good, but most of the time he's either sleeping like he is right now or goes around being bad. Smells a lot, very stinky, and also pretty much mansplains everything to everybody. So let's say you're minding your business in another room. Odds are this dog's going to run in there, snoop around, and then tell you how to do your business better. Very opinionated about things that are going on. He has to look at everything and supervise. All right, well, with that. Oh, and then he takes credit for everything. So everything good that happens, he takes credit for, and then assumes he should get some kind of pay for that. Okay, well, that's about enough. That's about enough of this. At some point, people are going to get sick of watching this dog get all patted on the head like this. And they're going to have to get back to their day, do other things. Nobody wants to see this. In fact, I've been told more than once by more than one person that I shouldn't even have a dog on the internet like this. And I'm sure people are going to be upset by the way that this dog's head is being squished around. He has way too much skin. No dog needs this much skin on his head. That's what I'm saying. It could be a lot thinner dog, a lot smoother. He redistributed some of his hair around. But instead, he hoards it. He hoards it all on his face. Poor animal. All right, well, that's the end of it. There's no more. This will be the end situation here right now. This will be the end of it. So I'll quit watching because this here is the end. He's going to come through the hole a couple more times, get a wiggle, through the hole, and get a wiggle. Ah. Ah. Ugh. Well, this officially fell out of my mouth. That's gross. Don't lick it. That's my stitch. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it's out of there, but it was supposed to fall out in a week. Favorite candy? He's never eaten any candy that I'm aware of. I've never given a dog candy. I only give dogs like meat or these kind of treats like this, which are essentially dried up meat. I don't want their teeth to get all bad, and I don't think it's good for them. I mean, think about a candy. Like even a candy this big would be like a full candy bar to him. That'd be like eating one of them chunky bars. If this was all candy, it would be like him eating a chunky bar, and that's got to be bad for him. All that inflammation and stuff. And I hope that's okay that stitch fell out. Now I'm freaking out. Probably because I'm talking so much. All right, so there's another good one though. But yeah, I don't give them candy. I don't know if other people give their dogs candy. We never. I mean, I'm sure when I was a little kid, I probably gave a dog candy before, but I probably got yelled at for it. So I never got in the habit of giving dogs candy. I'll give them a piece of bread or a piece of meat or whatever if you're eating like food, and I'll eat them. I'll give them vegetables once in a while, but I don't usually give them things that are like pickly or spicy or anything that's not just kind of plain. So I figure their little tiny bodies can't handle it. New Hampshire, good afternoon. Cool state. Don't get much people from New Hampshire jumping in. That's Combat Story right there, waiting to happen. That's the one from last week. The new one came up earlier today. Otherwise, any other questions about the pug? We'll answer those. We were about to end it, but a bunch of people looks like they just joined in. I don't know if something else ended or if the alerts just went out. I need to wash my mouth out. So I will be, I'm going to run a commercial for our store, and that'll give me a chance to clean my mouth out.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Trying not to put any pressure on that. I'm trying not to suck or blow or anything out of that mouth. Look at that guy. And when that stitch was like 3/4 out, I had to pull it the rest of the way because it was driving me nuts. And I know I ripped a little bit of my mouth. So now I'm freaking out. Let's see. So between these two, who is planning world domination? I don't think either one. I don't think any one of them has a mean bone in their body. I've had lots of dogs before. Like, nobody knows Seven, but Seven would have, if he needed to stab somebody, he'd stab somebody. He don't care. His dad was a Rottweiler, and he would have stabbed people just to watch them bleed. He wasn't mean, but he didn't give a crap about anybody. He was definitely a Rottweiler. Then I had Oro. He was a Doberman, and while I'm sure he could have ripped somebody's throat out if he needed to, he would have no reason to. He was like a super nice dog. So none of them dogs would have probably tried to rule the world. Nick could have been talked into it. The Rottweiler could have been talked into it, but luckily no one talked him into it. This little dog couldn't handle it. He sleeps too much. He could probably hang out with some dog that was going to do that. And Marshmallow's got no interest in that at all. I mean, it would be too much work for her. She likes to lay around, and she loves everybody. So she would have no interest in that. She would probably bite the person trying to hurt everybody in the world, though. Waiting on FedEx. Going to be a long day. That's frustrating. Peggy's getting back to work, it sounds like. Let's see. I don't know what that is. So, all right. Get some oil of clove. It will make sure the socket heals. Okay. I don't know. I've got this stuff, which the doctor, the place gave me. Don't lick it. And it's some sort of it's a gel, right? It doesn't have any painkiller and it doesn't have any medicine in it, but it just, you wipe some onto these squares, right? And make them into a little wad, and then squirt this stuff on there, and then it keeps it hydrated, not dry. So it was full before, and now it's about here. Or about it got another 8 squirts out of here, something like that. So that's what I've been using, and not smoking, not drinking out of a straw, and not doing anything. Every once in a while I'll cough. I can't help it, and that kind of hurts. And then when I put the pad in there, it's still dripping a little bit of blood, so it's a little bit bothering me. But I've never had this done before, so I don't know. But I appreciate it. If I don't, if I run out of that stuff, I think I might have some oil of clove actually in the medical stuff. It's if I remember right, it'll make you numb if you get it in your mouth, right? I can't remember what I used it for. I think I used it as an antiseptic before. Does he poop more in the morning? This dog is, I'm trying to figure out his cycle still. So usually if you feed him food, then some amount of minutes later he has to poop. And if you don't let him poop right then, he decides to keep it, and he'll just hold that until some random time when he'll just poop out of nowhere. But he's getting pretty good at letting me know when he needs to poop, so it's more of when I feed him. So if I'm going somewhere doing something in the morning, I don't want him pooping, so he doesn't eat in the morning. But if we're not doing anything in the morning, then he eats in the morning and then he poops in the morning. Does that make sense? So I probably could do it better, but he doesn't really have a good schedule, which is his fault, not my fault. But he's not like some dogs. Like Mello will poop anytime she goes outside. She knows the deal. Like, hey, this might be the last time I go outside for a while, and I know how to control my guts, so I will poop. This dog, on the other hand, like I say, he's got this window right after you feed him, and if you don't feed him in that window, then it's a ticking time bomb of poop waiting to happen, and it's pretty annoying. Oh, I see. Poot as in fart. This dog only poops if you pick him up and he's ready to go. If he's got to go poop, he'll fart if you pick him up. And if he farts, that's usually him going, okay, I got moments before I'm pooping. So he doesn't just go around farting like some dogs. I've actually haven't had dogs that just fart. Nick farted once in a while, but never like a habitual thing. Maybe it's because I don't feed him a bunch of stuff. I bet you if I fed him more hot stuff or people food, stuff I ate, he'd probably fart more. So I don't have to worry about that too much, luckily. I guess so. We talked about their toys. We talked about their poops and their poots. We talked about their, I don't know. He's about to the point, because it's getting hot out, where he's about done sitting up here. He'll have to go on the ground and lay down. He lays down like a bear rug, like this, with his back legs out doing that, so that he gets all of this area on the floor so he can get cool. So at some point, he's going to get a pool, I think. I figured Mallow would like a pool, but she's super hairy. I don't know if she'd like it or not. But this dude, I get the impression this dude would dig a little baby pool out in the backyard. Get like a baby pool and put like some kind of a big wooden thing in it so you could get up off the water once in a while, like a big turtle. Essentially what I would do for a turtle, I'm thinking about doing for him. Minus some lettuce. I won't put lettuce in there. I might put carrots in there though. So maybe one day in the future, we'll see this dog lounging around by his own private pool in the backyard. Those things are like $7. So we'll see. I'll have to take him somewhere and see if he'll go in the water, because I'm not about to fork over $7 and a bunch of water to see this dog not even want to go in there because he's scared of it or something. There's a couple of lakes that I could take him to that are more like cow ponds, but I could throw him in there and see if he likes it or not. You can tell by this situation that he's about getting sick of it. He's getting too hot. So he doesn't like being up here. One of the reasons I can't live stream anymore, because he won't co-host. If it's too hot, he won't sit up here. I do have a what do you call it? A life vest for him, so I could make him wear the life vest in the pool. But I don't have any kind of pirate or scuba diver outfit. If I found a scuba diver suit for this dude, I would definitely get it. If I found a pirate thing, I would probably not get it, unless it was a great deal, and then I would get it probably because he likes wearing stuff. He has a dragon costume or an alligator costume, and then he has a well, I guess that's all he's got. He's got a couple of sweatshirts. All right, well, thanks for the questions. That ended up going a lot longer than I thought. And yeah, unless any other ones come in, we'll start ending this thing again. I attempted to hook this thing up with Brooks Cheney's show. It won't let me. So I'm going to look and see if G23 has something scheduled already. I'm not sure if he said he might do a show today, I think, right? I don't see anything scheduled for him. There is nothing for the mouse party. As far as I know, there's no overnight tonight. What are you doing? All right, you got a bunch of kisses, so now he'll be good again. I don't know who to link to. Hillbilly might have a show. Let's see. Foss is saying that his contract with the Graveyard Chat Union only permits a certain number of overnight chats per year. Here's how you do it. Last week was overnight chat number 54 or something. This can be 54 part 2. So that could be part 1 and part 2. You simply do one overnight chat. It just takes 2 weeks to actually happen. 1 week, and then a span of time goes by, and then another week. See? There's a pictorial representation of the beginning of the chat, a week goes by, the end of the same chat. If I got some kind of green screen, I could poke his head out the green screen and then wiggle his stuff from behind like this, and then all kinds of stuff could be happening on the screen. The Polite Society podcast this night. I've been watching less and less of that. How's that been? But yeah, they do their weekly bullet on the weekend, their daily bullet on the daily. What are you doing with your mouth there, buddy? What was up with that weird looking thing? Looked like he was eating some kind of a pink mushroom. So I'm pretty sure we're going to keep this dog around, even though he's not a very good co-host. And look, I can't even keep him in frame. He just stay in one place all the time. A good co-host would just stay sitting there, be good all the time. Like Lassie, they never had to reframe Lassie. You never see Lassie cameras moving around. That was back in the days when dogs were good on the TV. You notice how much panting he is getting? How much more panting he's doing? This is his attitude. The attitude of a dog that's hot now. Let's see. We can zoom in on them easily. We can zoom out of them easily enough as well. If you ever looked over there, you would see himself. But then he's looking at some dog who's not even looking at him. If I put this camera right in front of the screen, maybe then he would see himself and then react or something. Marshmallow? No, she don't care at all about what's going on here. She sleeps all the time, and she would just be sitting here sleeping. So I'd have to look down at her all the time sleeping. This dog sits up at least and he thinks I'm talking to him. Because in reality, I'm sitting here talking to the monitor, and he's in between me and the monitor, so he thinks I'm talking to him right now, probably. At least that's what I assume. He's like, this guy loves me. He talks to me every day. Mainly, I'm just making sure he's not stealing anything. He keeps hiding stuff in here. These wrinkles, you never know. So if you got to frisk him every once in a while, make sure he's not stealing nothing. And then to make sure he's going to stay up attention, got to give him one of these every once in a while. Little treat. Little treat. Let's go on an adventure. We'll go down with the treat into the puppy. There you go. I tried to get him to eat the camera. He wouldn't do it. All right, well, that's about an hour. Officially counts as a Ask on Questions. This has been not Clover and not Tony. Let's see, Tony's probably got a diversity shoot coming up. You can check those out over at diversityshoot.com or straight to Eventbrite, where he does most of his planning and letting people grab tickets for the event. Over on Eventbrite, look up 2A4E, look up diversity shoot. Pug needs a tactical vest. Oh, he's got one. He's got one from Kilo Niner Pets. It's the name of the place. It took me a minute to remember. He got it at SHOT Show this year. He's not wearing it because he's super hot, and he doesn't like wearing stuff when he's super hot. I mean, he'll wear it, but he'll be all upset about it. But he does have one. Whenever it gets cooler enough, we'll get it back on him. It's a black multicam. Let's see. So what was I saying? We got I forgot what I was saying. All right, well, that's the end of it. This guy's definitely getting sick of it. He's going to go drink some water, lay down, and we'll get back to it. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back next week with Back to Gun Questions. If you join us, I was talking about Clover and Tony. If you join us over on AskGunQuestions.com, you can ask questions over there. I haven't even looked, but usually we get a couple of 3 or 4 each week, so we appreciate the people that ask the questions, and then when we answer them, you get the opinion or the advice from people that have been gun owners for a long time. Like I say, Tony does the diversity shoot where he brings a bunch of people together to experience firearms, either for the first time or as like an introductory way of meeting the community. He does those in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, in that area, although he has traveled quite a bit with the event. He's been doing that for going on 7 years now. Clover is a content creator out of Texas, does all kinds of different things. And Tuesdays we get together and chat about Gun Channel's coaching. This dog is a big jerk, and as you can see, he is now being a big jerk, trying to get off the table. So we're about done. The dog has left the building. What would you get this dog for his first carry gun? This dog has already got a gun, and it is this Pug that he carries around all the time. He doesn't know that it's plastic, don't tell him. But he puts it in his vest. He carries it around. He sometimes sleeps with it. He thinks it's so good. And it is a North American Pug. Also, he has a little rifle, and he has a couple of AKs. So he's already got some guns. I mean, got to have guns. Okay, well, with that, we're wrapping it up. I'll throw a commercial out here for our store. Grab stuff at gearwebsites.com.
Gearwebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at gearwebsites.com. Of course, we have patches every Friday.
I don't know if anybody came up with something. Hey, DJ, I still can't connect to Brooke's stuff, so I don't know what's happening there. I can't find anything else to link to. So G23 must not have a show going today. I think I'm just going to link you to
The new Motorola Razr
Combat Story. Oh, wait. I guess I did that wrong. I'll link you to Combat Story, which is a great conversation by a guy who used to be an Apache helicopter pilot, and then he was in the CIA. And then now he answers or he interviews people about their experiences, and pretty awesome conversations result. We'll put this guy back over here. He's definitely getting sick of being up here. And we'll drop that redirect in, see if we can. It can only be for something that's upcoming. I just can't do it. I can't link to nothing. We're going to have to end it without linking. I tried. It's okay, puppy. We tried.